back again, Charlie. We are back again, Charlie. We are back again, Charlie. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm currently here in Durban, South Africa, and guys, behind me is Southern Sun Hotel, which is the biggest hotel in South Africa. I'm sure you're interested. You want to see how it looks like. You want to see my experiences here. I'm going to be here for a few days. Shout out to South African tourism. You guys are coming along, so let's see what's inside here. Let me share my experiences here, cost and everything. So let's go right into the video. The Southern Sun Hotel is an iconic hotel located on the coast of Durban. It is currently the biggest hotel in South Africa with over 749 rooms. This is going to be my bedroom for the next few days. The best part is the view from my room. This is the view. So this is going to be my room for the next few days. Woo! I'm super excited. The room is beautiful. The view is amazing. I get to see the Indian Ocean every day, every morning. Wow. Quite a number of activities to do while living at the Southern Sun Hotel. So I'm heading towards the playground. The place is really huge, like it's a big space, so you can keep walking for like 20 minutes before getting to wherever you want to go. I like the weather. The weather is hot but chilly, cold at the same time. I don't know if you get me. So the next minute you're feeling hot, the next minute it's cold, the next minute is bright, you know. And this is a good weather. South Africa is beautiful. Hey, look at me, look at the way I'm glowing, look at the view. Wow. And I like the fact that their skies are like blue, so everywhere seems beautiful. So there's also a skating park where you can come and skate for free. Let's find out if it's for free, because I see a lot of folks riding their bicycle and also skating on their boards. This is pretty nice. Look at this. Whoa. Can come here, have a chill time. The weather is chilly, nice, warm at the same time. There are a lot of people skating here. Yeah, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach now. I'm walking to the end of this stretch to have a better view of the ocean, and for you also to see how it looks like. This place is nice. Everyone is walking freely. I'm also like chilling, enjoying my time. my channel. I was trying to fly a drone from my room so that I could get you this view, like the whole outside, to get this beautiful view. As soon as it got to the green grass, it crashed, and it crashed on top of the building. So I did a lot of follow-up, and guess what? The drone is finally here and it's in terrible state. I want to cry right now. This is how the drone is looking now. This is broken. This side is broken. This side is also broken. The gimbal, which is this side, is also broken. The glass on the camera is broken. You can see inside of the camera is also broken. Here, let's see how it looks like. Come, let's go. This much. Look at this. We are done with our meal. Our meal was so delicious. We're heading back to the hotel. How was your meal? It was good. It looks like since I came, I've been enjoying all my meal. I had prawns and it was really grilled. Like, was nice. It was nice. And one thing I've noticed so far on my second day here is their food comes in like large quantities, so you can order for like one. And the your plate feels as though it's for two people. They have a surprise for us, and it's a spa. So I just took my bath. I'm going to have a massage, have a good time here. So I'm on my way downstairs, and of course you guys are coming with me, so let's go. So I'm here. The name of this place is Elengani, which is very close to my hotel. So we are going to have a spa. Yay, and this is me. I'm ready to get a massage. What are you giving me? What type of massage are we having today?
It's a full body massage with hot stones.
Okay.
For an hour.
Alright.
Yes.
So I'm sincerely used to deep tissue massage. So for a relaxing massage like this, I'm really hoping to enjoy it very well. Like, you can tell from the look of my face. My hair ready, and Kasa. So yeah, let's have this party together. Anita, you're having it too, right?
Yes, I am.
If you don't know Anita, go to her Instagram channel. Hey, her Instagram page. You find
I think
her.
I need to start my own YouTube channel.
You
guys
should
have
start,
making me want to.
Please start. The way you are traveling alone.
She's going to join the YouTube family soon. So let's go for the massage.
Just ended the massage. It was such a good massage. I really enjoyed it. So like it's so relaxing. I think it's a good start for the entire trip. So I'm heading back to my room to rest and have dinner later on. So so far so good. It's been exciting. I'm really having a good time, and yeah, so catch you later. Good morning, South Africa. Good morning, Devon. Good morning. Look at the glow. Guys, I am really having a good time here. Good morning. I had pretty good sleep. I just washed my face, put on some lip gloss. I'm heading out for breakfast, and of course, you all are coming with me. Look at my view here. I don't think I would get used to this view because it's too beautiful. Yesterday at night the whole place was dark. Let's go have some breakfast. Let's go. So I picked everything I'm going to have. Having some bacon, eggs, beans, potatoes, mushrooms. This is going to be my dessert. So I'm currently here at the last floor, which is the rooftop, and it's currently winter in Durban, so it's so cold and very windy here. And this is the pool area. Let's see how it looks like. The good part is the fact that everywhere has a beautiful view. I'm pretty sure if the weather was like very warm, we'll have a lot of people coming here. But because it's cold, no one is here. But this is how it looks from here. Everywhere is quiet. So I have been on the 29th floor the entire time, and yeah, I've already seen my room. But then if you want to take a look at it again, I could show you. And I don't think I can ever get used to this view. This is beautiful. Good morning, it's a beautiful day. Good morning, my neighbors. Good morning from Durban, good morning from the Southern Sun Hotel. And today is going to be my last day here at this beautiful hotel. And yeah, going to have breakfast, go to ITC, and then leave this hotel. I hope you are enjoying my stay here. Look at the glow. Like, South Africa's sun gives you a different glow. So yeah, let's go. Should I close the window? Should I leave it? Should I close? Okay, let's go. Let's go have some breakfast. Let's go. So one thing I realized here is they usually add cheese to their egg. The first day I came, I was like, oh, let me stick to what I know and just enjoy without cheese. The next day I had the fried eggs omelette with cheese, and I'm like, oh. Since then, every day I have omelette with cheese in it. This is good. This is what I'm having for breakfast. I'm having yogurt, my seeds, tea. So cheers, guys. So yeah, cheers, guys. And oh, I forgot to mention that their tea is also very unique and different. I'm really going to miss this view. So guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video as much as I enjoyed documenting my entire experience here at the Southern Sun Hotel. A big shout out to the South African tourism for this experience. Follow them on Instagram, show them some love. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. See you on my next video in South Africa. I love you all. Mwah. This is Africa's Travel in Durban 2022. Good morning from South Africa. Good morning from Durban. Good morning, guys. Today is the conference day. I'm so very excited. The main reason why we are here. And guess who is here with me?
Because I'm so happy. I've missed Stella so much. It's been 2 years.
The last time was when she was in Ghana.
Yeah. So we're here for the Africa in Durban conference.
Period. So we are to catch the bus to the conference ground. Super excited. Oh, the lighting is here.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, so I'll catch you when I get there. I love you. One of the main reasons for coming to South Africa is to attend the Africa's Travel in Durban, which is one of the largest tourism marketing events in Africa's calendar. This is how I look for the exhibition. It's from Katie. Oh, Katie, oh, thank you so much for this beautiful outfit. I'm looking so cute. Guys, let me know in the comment section if I look cute, because I feel so cute. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Africa's tourism in Durban is an important gathering which over the next few days will witness the collective effort of rising together against the West faults. For us at KwaZulu-Natal, this travel in Durban is a welcome boost as we emerge from the recent devastation of floods that affected especially eThekwini, but also all.
This event showcases the widest variety of Africa's best tourism products and attracts international buyers and media all across the world.
And this is the essence of the African Travel in Durban. It is a proudly Pan-African show, and as a continent we are unique. We're a unique blend of culture, heritage, nature-based rural and urban experiences that make Africa a rich and varied all-year destination with a unique history of courage, resilience, and historic sites that tell of our advancement.
After the main event, we had the privilege to meet exhibitors in South Africa and beyond. We had exhibitors from these categories: accommodation, tour operators, game lodges, transport, online travel, luxury products, hidden gems and others, to showcase all their products. Guess who I just saw?
Okay, the incredible one, you know, the amazing content creator, Nigerian, badass. Okay, it's okay.
How has it been so far? How has the experience been so far?
No, it's great. It's really great to have a lot of sort of like African businesses coming together to promote Africa. And I love the fact that if you heard the minister, she was talking about how we need to tell our own stories, right? How we project Africa is important, and we need to be the ones doing that in the best way, and shaping our world. So far I'm loving it. I'm super excited.
All right. So there are a lot of companies here. There are a lot of exhibitors here. And I only thought it was South African companies, but no, it's all over the world. Lots of airlines. I saw Emirates and I saw South African Airways. So it's amazing. You get to meet the people directly, speak to them, and check out the way forward. So I'm super excited you all are coming along. Let's see the exhibitors are here. Let's see what they also have.
Located in the city centre of Cape Town. So we're really in the heart of the city. You get the energy and the vibrancy of the city centre. We have amazing facilities, amazing rooms, dedicated for a broad range of the market. So from couples to families, because we have large suites. So great for families that want to stay with us.
Software to manage the hotel, lodge, resort.
Oh, okay.
We basically have all of these different programs. So it's one stop for everything.
Yes.
You traveled Emirates?
Yeah. I went to Cote d'Ivoire recently and I went through Emirates.
Okay.
The last time was my first time in Dubai. This is amazing. This is my first exhibition. This is my first time in South Africa. This is my first time experiencing something like this. I was able to speak to a lot of exhibitors, a lot of resorts here in South Africa. Fingers crossed to see if this is going to land me my next travel deal. Fingers crossed. But then yeah, there are a lot of resorts that had stands. I spoke to them. So I'm also hoping to extend my stay so that I can see Cape Town, since Cape Town is not part of the itinerary. But then if I do, I mean, I'll share my experience so you get to see. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if you think this is a good initiative. Let me know in the comment section if you think you would come to South Africa next year to come experience this. This is just day one, and this brings us to the end of day one. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Hi Jennifer. Hi AJ.
Hi.
So I want to know the reason why you chose me among others.
You guys are doing good work. It means you're doing great work. And your name is popping up somewhere.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I want to cry right now. Like, I've been so emotional yesterday. I'm like, I want to cry. I'm like,
I know when you got the email initially, you still had that, is this real?
Is this real? Yeah, even I sounded like that, right?
Yeah, that's how it sounded. But you're doing good work.
But your content is also organic.
Thank you.
And it shows your zest for travel.
Aww.
And then your energy is infectious.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Jennifer is with South African tourism based in Nigeria, same as AJ and nice to meet you.
Right?
Hi from South Africa.
Hi from Durban.
Hi Vivian's fan.
Wow, this is amazing. Like, I've always wanted to ask her why she chose me. Remember I said in my video, she sent me an email and we took it from there. So I'm like, I really wanted to ask her why she chose me. And it's more of the energy, the smiles, the organic content, the enjoying the travel lifestyle. Oh my goodness, this means so much to me. Ah, wow. So we made new friends here. There's a fortune teller telling the lady about her future. Is it something you would do when you find yourself in another country? I sincerely don't believe in the ancestors and all that. I'm Christian and I don't believe in those things. But if you were here, would you go for your future to be told by a stranger? Let me know in the comment section if you think you would have. So it's time for lunch and we are here at the conference center about to have lunch. This is what I'm having together with fruits for dessert. So, and of course I forgot to add that I also have tea. Since I came here, I've been having a lot of tea here and it feels so good now. So about to have lunch. What is happening is we're going to have lunch and continue the city tour. So I hope you are enjoying the vlog as much as I'm enjoying being here, as much as I'm enjoying documenting my entire experience. You see the fortune tellers I mentioned earlier on, right? Sasifunke is about to go and MC her, and I just asked her one question. What if you go there and she says your husband is not meant to be your husband?
I don't believe this thing. So for me, it's just pure jokes, right? That is her own now. Me, I know my husband. So whichever one she said, she's it for herself.
Okay, so I will be on the standby just to vlog her experience.
But if I have nothing
what type of healing?
What's happening on healing?
Yeah, like no, I mean what type of healing?
I do consultations, readings, and healing, spiritual healing, traditional ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it's readings then, because I don't have anything I want to heal, right?
Yeah.
So how does it work in terms of payment?
Okay, you can just pay everything that you have.
Like a donation, right?
Yes, for donation. And then I throw the bones, and it depends. If the spirit says I'm asked to throw the bones, then I do the reading through spiritual realm.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do it. Okay, yeah. I'll be afar then. Just sitting here waiting for Sasifunke, and this is what is happening. She's whispering into the lady's bowl. She is shaking it now. I don't want to be close because it's very private.
Alright, so I just got it was like bone reading. She had bones in there. I won't lie to you guys, this thing was so accurate. What I mean, at the beginning I was like, okay, because she asked a few questions and I thought, okay, she was leading from what I said. Okay. But she got very specific with regard to like work, regard to kind of life I have.
I'm literally shaking for her.
No, I was shaking. And as she was telling me this thing, and after she finished, she was like, do you have any questions? I was like, I wasn't expecting this. Like, I'm very, not that I don't believe in these things, I'm just very like, whatever,
yeah, like indifferent.
But she was so accurate, and she told me some things that I should expect in the future. That's a bit scary.
So Vivian is also gone to have her readings. When she comes, she will share her experiences too. How was your experience?
It was so accurate, Stella. I'm shook. It was so accurate. Like, she was so on point. I don't want to share, but she was just on point with a lot of things. And it just got me thinking.
Were they good or bad? Good.
I would say it's a good thing. It's a good thing because now I can release myself from whatever it is.
So guys, today's the last day of Africa's Travel in Durban, and here with me is Anita. Anita, say hi. Say hello to the team. Say hello to AJ. Hi. Hi Jennifer. Hi darling.
Hi.
Hi Daniel. Hello darling. This is my photographer. He's been taking pictures of me and Daniel too. Hi Wazemaya. Tayo, say hi. So guys, when you see Tayo on the internet, he's so different in person. He's so calm. You're calm and collected, yes, in person. On the internet, you look like you're like outgoing, yeah. And hi Funke, Sasti Funke.
Hello everyone, how you doing? Good morning.
Yeah, so that's everyone. We're about to take some group pictures and end this conference. So yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Diaspora Link, exclusively on GhanaWeb TV. I'm your host, Diallo Sumbri. We have another wonderful episode to you today with someone from Toronto, Canada, who's a literacy specialist. It's my hope that we get her to move to Ghana or one of these African countries and bring her talents and skills with her, because we will need that on the continent as we double in population size as the youngest continent in the world. Let's dive into this interview with Kamisha Cox. Welcome back, my good people, here on Diaspora Link. As I mentioned to you in the beginning, we are here with our guest, Kamisha Cox. And as we do with every episode, we are going to get to know Kamisha with our game choices. Kamisha, thank you for being here again.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to play choices. Choices is really simple. I'm going to give you two choices. You have to choose one. Okay. You'll choose one and tell me why. Please don't be difficult like some of our other guests where they just absolutely refuse to choose one.
All righty.
Okay? All right. Now, I know that you are born of Jamaican parents, but living in Toronto. And you've been in Ghana for some time now, right?
Yes.
So what I'm going to ask you is to choose between Jamaica and Ghana. Which one and why?
Jamaica.
Okay. The answer might be obvious.
Well, it's just, I guess I haven't been here long enough, I feel, to kind of make a fair comparison.
Okay.
So, you know, Jamaica, beautiful beaches, the people, the people are kind. There are a lot of actually similarities between the two places.
Okay, excellent.
Right? So I would say that there are a lot of similarities, but the food, you know what I mean? It's the food I grew up eating, and I kind of miss it. There are some things that you can get here, like, you know, we call it plantain. Here they call it plantain, but I mean, it tastes the same.
It's the same thing. Same thing.
So if I have to make a choice,
Jamaica.
I'm going to choose Jamaica.
Okay, no problem. Let's try this. Toronto versus Jamaica.
Toronto. It's hard. That's hard. I mean, there are pros and cons.
Choose one. They're still going to let you back in either place where you go, but the whole point of this is just to have you make a choice. So let's choose one.
Toronto?
Toronto. Why Toronto?
I mean, I guess that's where most of my family is now.
Okay.
Right?
So for family.
Yes.
Okay.
And friends.
Okay.
But then I would say Jamaica because of
no,
the weather and the freedom.
Okay, got you. All right, how about this one? You've been in Ghana for a little while, so you've had some of the food here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jollof rice.
Yes.
Versus rice and peas.
They're so different. I would say, okay, jeez.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when we like to stub our guests a little bit, and they always have an excuse or a reason or something that says why they absolutely can't give us a choice, but we're going to force her to give us a choice.
Oh, God.
Jollof versus rice and peas. Just pick one.
Jollof or rice and peas.
So if I'm serving you dinner and I'm like, we have jollof or rice and peas on the menu, which one? Which do you choose?
Okay, so if it's for a standalone, like you're eating this by itself.
Here we go.
Okay.
Which one?
Then I'll choose jollof.
Okay, done. We're not going to let you give us no more explanation.
Oh, man, but I need to give the other explanation. If I'm eating the rice with some kind of meat dish,
you choose rice and peas.
I'm going to choose rice and peas.
All right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. All right. Now, this is another question. As a woman in business, right, and someone who travels around, do you prefer? Wait a minute, because let me think about this, because your last few answers. Here you go. How about this? American football versus soccer.
Oh boy, I'm not really a fan of either, to be honest.
So if I was giving you tickets to the Super Bowl or the World Cup, which one do you want?
I would probably say, that's really hard. You see, the World Cup is more international.
Okay, so which one?
So I'll go with the World Cup.
World Cup.
Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, she's completed the choices even though it was a little bit difficult. And as you know, we believe that our choices do not have to push us further apart, but they can bring us closer together. And that's why we do choices, to see that we all will choose different things, but it doesn't mean that we can't work together. It doesn't mean that we can't unify because we have different choices. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next one called Top 5. Kamisha.
Oh my goodness.
You like, I don't know what this guy got up his sleeve. Don't worry. Okay, Top 5 is simple. I'm going to give you 5 categories and you have to choose one.
Okay.
Okay? All right, and I'll help you out along the way and explain.
All right.
All right, 1, your favorite book. Now, it doesn't have to be your favorite, but if you could think of one book that you wanted other people to read that made a difference in your life, what would that book be?
Oh, man.
And as a person whose business is the professional business of reading and teaching
reading. A difference in my life. I would say, there are so many books. The book that I'm listening to right now is Whatever It Takes.
Whatever It Takes.
By Jeffrey Canada.
By Jeffrey Canada.
And it's about an educator who decides that he wants to make a real difference in his community. And he basically creates a cradle-to-career pathway for children and families in Harlem, in a particular community in Harlem. And I for the work that I do, that's inspirational. It's, I think it's work to kind of model what the change that I'm trying to make, particularly in the community that I grew up in, but also in other communities across the city of Toronto, the country, and internationally. Whoa. I think it's a model. So
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Got it. All right. Favorite food. Now, it could be a kind of food, like Jamaican food, or it could be a specific dish, like ackee and saltfish. It could be, which one?
Favorite dish.
Or kind of food.
Or kind of food. I really like, I'm always going to say Jamaican food. I love Jamaican food. If I had to choose something outside of Jamaican food, then I would say Ethiopian food. I really
What's your favorite Ethiopian dish?
I actually like all of the veggie options.
Yes.
Yeah, so I get the veggie platter.
I'm thinking about going to Simmer It this week here in Accra. So
I actually haven't been to that one.
Make sure you go.
Yes.
Make sure you go. Simmer It, we're going to send you the invoice for that plug, so don't worry about that. All right. Favorite place to vacation. This could be a place that you've already been or a place that you want to go.
All right. I would say Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Yes.
Okay.
I went to Zanzibar in 2019, and it's breathtaking. It's beautiful.
Okay, stop right there because I haven't been. I don't want to know nothing else other than breath. All I need is breathtaking and beautiful enough to book my ticket. Okay, favorite musical artist or genre, if you had to choose one. So if you choose a musical artist, it could be across all musical genres.
Right.
Or genre. Which one?
I would say my favorite artist of all time, Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Listen, I still listen to Zion on repeat. They hate me for it because I'll put Zion on and it's going on. So Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that's like...
Yes, but Unplugged also. And I would say that her true fans like the Unplugged album because I've heard people
I love all of them.
I've heard a lot of people that love Lauryn Hill try and, you know, diss the unplugged.
We ain't worried about them people.
Right.
We not worried about them. Last one, favorite sport. If you had to choose a favorite sport of all sports, which one would it be?
Can I say badminton?
Yes, you can.
That's the one that I can play. No, I would say in terms of watching sports, basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Our top 5 helps us learn more about our guests before we dive into the interview. As you move around the world and you meet people, one good way to find out a little bit about who they are is through their top 5. So now let's dive into the interview and talk to Kamisha about her journey, what she's doing here in Ghana, where her business is in Toronto, and all that she's into. We are back on Diaspora Link. Now it's time to dive into our interview with Kamisha Cox. Kamisha,
yes.
Let's find out a little bit about who you are. So you mentioned that you are of Jamaican heritage, but from Toronto, live in Toronto. Talk a little bit about your family's background in Jamaica. Is your mother and father from Jamaica?
Yes, both of my parents are Jamaicans. My mom actually passed away a number of years ago, but she was from Jamaica.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah, they migrated to Toronto in the early 70s.
So you were born in?
I was born in Canada.
You were born in?
There are two siblings were born in Canada.
Okay.
And the rest of us were
Now,
born
what
in Jamaica.
part of Jamaica is your family from? You got to shout out the proper part of Jamaica.
My father's side is from St. Mary.
Okay.
And my mother's side is from St. Catharines.
Okay.
Yes.
And over your childhood growing up, did you go back and forth to Jamaica a lot or sometimes? Or was
yeah,
it?
not so much in my childhood. I did visit when I was like around 12 with my dad. But, you know, when I became an independent adult is when I started to go back more on my own.
Okay.
Annually. So usually around my birthday, around this time, I would, you know, plan some kind of trip to Jamaica and be there for at least a week.
All right, when you go to Jamaica, are you a tourist or are you at home?
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
Yeah, like the last time I went, I was definitely a tourist and did all of the, you know, all of the spots that you need to hit up. The Blue Hole, the falls, where else did I go? Just the restaurants,
all of those
Kingston,
things that you're
Bob
supposed
Marley
to.
Museum.
Got you.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about the community you grew up in Toronto, right? So being of Jamaican heritage, did you grow up in a diaspora community where a lot of times in these different places, we have these communities where if you're from Jamaica, your parents lived in a community where there are Jamaicans, Haitians, Africans, all. Did you grow up in that type of community or was it somewhat different?
I would say I grew up in Scarborough.
Okay.
So this is a suburb within Toronto.
Okay.
And Scarborough is very different. So there are two, like Scarborough, there are pockets of communities within Scarborough.
Okay.
So my like kindergarten to high school was in a community called Agincourt. And that wasn't so like, you know, there was probably a handful of black families in my neighborhood, like in my direct neighborhood. You'd probably have to drive a little 5 minutes outside of the community, or maybe like a 15-minute walk to get to where there were more black folks. But, you know, with the passing of my mother, that led to all kinds of, you know, just financial hardships for my family. And so my dad had to like sell the home that we were living in, and we moved to another part of Scarborough, Kingston, Galloway, Orton Park, which is known, you know, as a low-income, high-potential community and highly racialized. So you have your Caribbean, your African population there.
Okay.
You also have your South Asian population as well. And so that's the community that I lived in from high school until university. In fact, I bought my first home in that community as well.
Nice, very nice. So you've had a bit of both worlds, or two different worlds, growing up in your experience. What school did you go to?
High school, West Hill.
Okay.
And then
shouts out to West Hill High School. I don't even know where y'all are or what y'all do. It just sound like y'all super lit. Shouts out to West Hill.
And then, but I graduated from Laurier, but which is like in Toronto. You at the time, we don't have it anymore. We had a grade 13, which was OACs. It was preparing you for post-secondary.
Okay.
Specifically for university. So my year was actually the last year of OACs. So I did up until grade 12 at West Hill, and then I transferred to Laurier to do my OACs, and then I went on to
Laurier, we
university.
ain't hating on y'all, but y'all only got 1 year of commission. Y'all didn't get the whole high school, so but we're going to give y'all a small shout out.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And then what college did you go to?
I went to, for my undergrad, I went to the University of Windsor.
Okay.
Shout out to the University of Windsor. A lot of the skills that I have now were built on that campus. When it comes to advocacy, you know, black students really had a challenging time on that campus, and that's really where I began to develop my advocacy skills. You know, I started a festival there for African Heritage Month.
Okay.
Called the African Diaspora Festival. We call
Shouts out to you.
Yes, yeah. We call it Afrofest for short. It's actually still running to this day.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was about bringing black professors to the campus, black film, black art, and really celebrating the talents of black students on campus. And really, we had to fight to get that festival institutionalized. So on campuses, you'll have a lot of clubs, but clubs don't have access to funding. But when you become institutionalized and a part of the student government, right, then you are able to access funds. You can have office space. You can have paid staff.
Listen, you bringing back so many memories, because I remember being in college and being the anti-student government guy advocate on campus, feeling like, oh, you student governments, you all are just lackeys for the administration. You're not really addressing the real student rights. So I was a student activist. We went super hard, blocking off the street, storming city council meetings, fighting for our funding for our school and things like that. You mentioned about when you moved to that community and you began interacting with different groups of people, and it sounds like that was kind of maybe your first official introduction to African people, continental African people, around a little bit, right, in terms of being in those close quarters?
Well, I would say there were some experiences in childhood. For example, like we had, I remember in maybe grade 5, 6, we had an influx of Somali students that came, you know, refugee families living in communities in close proximity to the school, the elementary school that I went to. So there were African children in the school, not necessarily right in the direct community that I lived in.
What was the first African country you visited?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Yes.
And what about other countries? I mean, we're in Ghana now. What other countries have you visited?
South Africa.
Okay.
And then Tanzania, but really Zanzibar. So I didn't have a chance to go to the mainland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So what we're going to do right now, this is the thing that I said I absolutely would not tell you about. This is something that we call Africa in 60.
Okay.
So we want you to name as many African countries as you can in 60 seconds. This is not a pass-fail, right? Don't get too nervous. And I'll tell you why we do this after you do it. But we're going to start right now, okay?
All right.
All right, so I got a timer set. All right, I have a timer set in 3, 2, 1, go.
Zambia, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, Somalia, Eritrea, Djibouti, South Africa, Eswatini, Botswana, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Chad, Liberia, Libya, Congo, DRC, Rwanda.
Doing great.
Burundi, Morocco, Egypt, Sudan. Did I say? I did say Zambia.
You said Zambia.
Oh gosh.
On the southwestern coast of Africa, there are some countries.
I'm drawing blanks now.
Don't worry, keep going.
Oh gosh, my goodness. And then the timer is also making me really nervous.
Don't look at the timer.
Seychelles.
Okay.
And Mozambique.
Okay. All right, great. You did a great job. You did a great job. I can see the teacher in you. Did you imagine the map?
Parts of it.
It didn't go by section?
I was looking at the alphabet. I was looking at parts of the map. Yeah.
So Africa in 60 is a game that we play to emphasize for the rest of the world just how large and diverse the African continent is. There are many people who still don't understand exactly how large, diverse, and massive the continent of Africa is. We're in Ghana. Ghana is one country on the continent of Africa. Africa's not a country. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to take a small break, and we're going to be right back and dive more into Kamisha's career, what she's doing, how she's impacting communities in Toronto, around the world, and what's coming up for her in Ghana. Peace, global African family. My name is Diallo Sumbri. I'm a co-architect of Ghana's Year of Return 2019, and I'm the president and CEO of the Adinkra Group. For the past 5 years, we've been bringing loads and loads of people to Ghana. Many of them, their first time on the African continent, their first time putting their toes in the African sand, in the African soil. And so many people have had their life changed. Our birthright journeys are curated cultural immersion journeys centered around reclaiming cultural identity, exploring your ancestral heritage, and celebrating African resilience. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our Birthright Journey Partner Program. It's really simple, and you really don't have to do much, other than email us at info@theadinkragroup.com. Now, what makes a great Birthright Journey partner for our program? Are you a leader? Are you an influencer? Are you that person that your family calls on to organize, or do you automatically know that that's your job? Are you somebody of status in your community? Are you a community leader? Are you that person in your church or in the school? If you are the ideal Birthright Journey partner. Do you believe that every person of African descent should have an opportunity to touch ground on the continent of Africa? If you are, then you are the ideal Birthright Journey partner. It's simple. We're going to show you how you can travel to Ghana for free. Not only can you travel to Ghana for free, but you can actually get paid to travel to Ghana. Really simple. Just contact us at info@theadinkragroup.com and set up a discovery call. You'll get to travel with your family and friends, you'll get to travel with your community, and the best part of it is that it'll be free for you. Or you'll even earn money doing it. So again, info@theadinkragroup.com. We look forward to seeing you in Ghana. We look forward to dancing with you in Ghana. We look forward to eating fufu, eating jollof, eating wache. Make sure you contact us now, and we would love for you to become a Birthright Journey partner. Madasi. We are back on Diaspora Link with Kamisha Cox. So Kamisha, thank you again for playing Africa in 60. That was really fun.
It was really hard.
It was hard? Good, good. You teachers deserve hard assignments for those of us students in the world. So you mentioned that you went to the University of Windsor, shouts out to them in your undergrad, and where did you go to grad school?
Yes, so I actually did, also I did Teachers College.
Okay.
At the University of Windsor.
Okay.
And then I did my master's in education at the University of Toronto.
Okay.
And then I did a postgraduate in social innovation at the University of Waterloo.
Very nice. So let's talk about your transition from college education into career, because a lot of us go to college, but we all don't go into the industry of education. And you're in the industry of education. So let's talk to us a little bit about your company, the Reading Partnership, what you do, and just a little more.
Yeah, so I always, you know, start my story off by saying I graduated from Teachers College, and during that time, there were no jobs in Toronto and Ontario. And so, like many teachers graduating at that time, I decided that I would leave. Mm-hmm. And I actually started my teaching career in the UK, in London, okay. In Hackney, which is a low-income, also high potential.
I just want to let you know that I love low-income, high potential. I was about to finish it for you, but go ahead.
And you know what? I got it from one of my mentors, okay, Jay Pitter. So low-income, high potential, highly racialized community in London where I was supply teaching, and I landed at a school in Hackney. And after a week of supplying, they said, we want you to stay. We want you to be our literacy specialist. And this is, you know, I'm straight out of Teachers College, so I didn't deserve the title then, really. But it was, that experience was the experience that, you know, positioned me for the work that I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. It was a high school, and their high school starts in grade 7. And I was working with grade 7 to 9s who were reading at primary levels. Mm. So we're talking, you know, young people in grade 7 reading at a grade 2 level, and in some cases not reading at all. Mm-hmm. And it was there that I was like, how is this possible? That we have, you know, students who make it to grade 7 without having the skills that they need to really succeed in school and in life. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about young people without exceptionalities, without learning, you know, disabilities. These are kids who clearly just have gaps in their learning, mm-hmm. and no one, and there was no intervention in place, right? And so here they are in grade 7, you know, working towards graduating from secondary school without the skills to actually be successful. And, you know, where are their parents? And their parents, you know, were blindly trusting the system, right, to deliver on its obligation, mm-hmm. to provide an education to their children. And it was there that I started to think about, you know, why wait? Why, you know, why develop interventions, you know, for kids in grade 7 when you can do that for kids in kindergarten or grade 1? And we need to find ways to empower parents so that they have the skills and the knowledge to support their kids, mm-hmm. so that when schools are failing them, right?
Parents at home.
The parents at home at least can step in or be able to recognize or understand that, hey, there's a problem, you know? So I left London after a year of working to actually start my master's. Mm-hmm. And I graduated from my master's, and I started to look for work again, and it was still pretty tight. And I remember that summer that I started applying for jobs and interviewing, and just nothing worked out for me. Mm-hmm. And I decided, okay, fine, I'm going to go to Korea. You don't even need a teaching degree to be in Korea. And I applied, I did the interview, and Korea said no. Mm. Like the agency that I was interviewing with, when I because I was really puzzled, like after my experience, my education, like, you know, I would be the perfect hire. And the lady that interviewed me couldn't even really tell me why it was a no. And, you know, I think that there was a purpose in all of the no's that I received, because that pushed me into, you know, talking to a mentor who said, you know, what about that you know, program that you said that you wanted to start, you know, empowering parents to teach their children to read. There's an opportunity, you know, right now with United Way for residents to come forward with ideas that they have to address challenges in their communities. You can apply and perhaps get something started.
Let me just stop you right there. It's amazing how things that feel like a block in your path, you think they're blocking you, but they're actually blocking for you, right? They're blocking for you so you could make your way around to find the right thing that's for you. That's really amazing, and to have the, you know, the patience and the foresight to see that, you know. But number one, to persevere and try, and then say, you know what, well maybe, and then so let's get into the reading partnership.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, I followed my mentor's advice. I applied for funding to start the Reading Partnership for Parents program, a program that would teach parents that would teach parents how to teach their children 4 to 6 in age to read. And I was going to focus on parents living in the Kingston, Galloway, Orton Park community in East Scarborough, where at the time 49% of children in grade 3 were not meeting the provincial standards for reading. So it was addressing a real issue in that community, but targeting kids at the onset of their learning in school, right? Because when a child writes the standardized test or does that assessment in grade 3, it wasn't like they were reading at level in grade 2 and then they woke up on the day of the test not knowing, right? These are skills that they didn't develop over a period of time that have now led to this kind of, you know, performance and when taking the standardized test in grade 3. So let's start early. And I mean, it's been 10 years. So what was supposed to be a program actually over time developed into a full-blown organization where we offer 3 signature programs. We're, you know, still very much focused on serving children and families in the Kingston, Galloway, Orton Park community, but understand that there's a need beyond the boundaries of that community. And so we've been doing work outside of Kingston, Galloway, Orton Park. So we running the Reading Partnership for Parents program, which has reached hundreds of families to date. We've moved that program online, like with the pandemic. We've had to move all of our programs online, but we've, you know, really developed that program to be just as effective as the in-person delivery now online, right? There's a 360 Stories, which is a program that gives young people in between the ages of 9 and 12 the 360 experience of bringing a book to life.
Nice. From
writing to editing to illustrating to publishing and presenting that book at a public launch.
I was reading one of your program participants' quotes in an article that was written, I can't remember the publication, but in an article that was written about you in Toronto, about the work that you do. It was really, really impressive. And I understand that someone has recently received, congratulations, has recently received quite a large investment into their company. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So we're really excited about this. Like 10 years, like if you think about receiving 10 years ago $12,000 from United Way to start the Reading Partnership for Parents program, and 10 years later you know, receiving $750,000 to actually expand and scale that program to reach families across Canada. And that's an investment coming from TD Bank, one of the country's largest financial institutions.
I'm gonna just give you an applause. That definitely deserves an applause.
Yes,
Excellent.
we are grateful, and we're, you know, excited about, you know, the fact that a program that was incubated in Kingston, Galloway, Orton Park is now going to expand nationally across the country to serve children and families. And the vision that I have is to see that expand even further and become an international intervention across several countries where children and families need access to evidence-based literacy programs.
So let's move to, what are you doing in Ghana? I was just asking straight up, right? Not that you have to have a reason for coming, but you came to Ghana and you're here on this show, right? So I know a little bit about you extending your ticket and being here, but just give us an idea. This is your first time in Ghana. You came for vacation.
Yes.
Right? And you've decided to stay a little longer.
Yes.
Talk to us about that decision and what are the possibilities that you've seen here in Ghana and the African continent overall so far in terms of the work you do with reading and literacy.
Yeah, so what am I doing in Ghana? I mean, that's the question that my that my aunt continues to
When are you coming home?
When are you coming home? When are you coming yeah, I came on vacation. I came right before the new year. I missed Afrochella, so I'm a little sad about that. But
it'll be back. It'll be back this year.
Right.
Hey, Kenny Abdul, y'all hear this, right? You got people they upset because they miss Afrochella.
Yes. Yeah, I was supposed to leave January 27th. I decided I wanted to stay. I wanted to work remotely from here for, you know, 2
And you ain't just stay for a week or two. January 27th. We kind of far away from that right now, right? Okay, go ahead.
I was only supposed to be here for a month, working remotely for like 2 weeks, and then returning home. But after working remotely for 2 weeks and realizing, hey, I can make this work, and my work right now is remote. Right? Everything is done online. So why go back to Toronto where we've had the worst winter ever.
Where it's cold.
Where it's cold, and we've had the worst winter ever.
Let me share my hashtag with you because our viewers know. Y'all already know. Hashtag no more winters. Go ahead.
Exactly. So I just decided that, you know, okay, no, I'm not going to go back. I'll extend a little bit because I can manage my workload from here, and I feel like I'm getting a better work-life balance, right? Because 9 a.m. in Toronto is 2 p.m. here.
You got it.
So, you know, in the morning I can wake up, I can exercise, I can make breakfast, I can actually prepare my meals for the day, right? I could do everything that I need to do for myself and then jump online at 2 o'clock. And then, yeah, on some days I might be working into the night, but I've tried to organize my schedule now to ensure that I finish, you know, at a reasonable hour as well. And it's working. It's working. So
you here?
I'm here.
So let me ask you this question. Africa is the youngest continent in the world, right? And the population is expected to double here. And literacy is a challenge, right? Not just in English, but even in native languages. You know, talk to us as a literacy professional about how literacy affects development in communities and societies? I mean, it might be kind of obvious to some people, but I would love to just hear you, hear your approach on that. And I would also love to hear if you feel like there are some possibilities for you to bring your skills in the research and the work that you do to Ghana and other African countries.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said when I was talking about the work that I was doing in the UK and working with, you know, high school students who didn't have the skills to succeed in school and in life. And that's it. You need literacy skills to be able to succeed in school and then transition that into whatever it is that you choose to do for, you know, whether it be post-secondary, college, university, the trades, all of these things. You need strong literacy skills to become gainfully employed, right? So, and when you talk about development, right, we're going to need engineers, we're going to need doctors, we're going to need teachers, you know, we're going to need mechanics, we're going to need elevator mechanics, we're going to need all of these things in order to develop, right? Are we planning on empowering the children and youth here to become those doctors and engineers and lawyers and all of the things that we're going to need to help the country develop? Or do we plan on relying on, you know, those human resources from outside? And if we intend to use our own people, then we need to make sure that we're setting them up for success. And that doesn't begin in university. It begins really from the womb, right? But it begins in the early years, right? So children in kindergarten going to grade 1 need to have the skills that they need for grade 2, right? Like we need to make sure that they have those skills. In grade 3, we say that, you know, from kindergarten to grade 1, you're learning to read. Sorry, from kindergarten to grade 3, you're learning to read. From grade 3 onwards, you're reading to learn, right? When you get to college and university, you're reading to learn, right? And so we need to make sure that our young people have the skills that they need to read, to learn, and to succeed in school and in life.
Our time is running short. I'm really, really enjoying this conversation, but I would like, before we go, to have you offer some advice for people who may be watching. You came to Ghana on vacation, and you found that it works for you here so far. And there are so many people who, when they think about teleworking and working virtually, they don't choose the African continent. They're going to Bali, they're going to Caribbean, they're going to other places and things like that. I would love for you to just share a piece of advice with our viewers for people who may be considering moving or relocating, even if not permanently, temporarily, to work virtually in the telework. You know, just give us some advice with regards to the experience that you've had thus far here in Ghana and how you're making it work.
Yeah, I would say definitely you need to be open-minded. I would say that where I am in terms of my exploration is at the very, I'm at the very beginning. I'm like, you know, I'm 2 months in. My current, living arrangements and stuff like that, I don't think it's sustainable, you know, for the long term, you know. But for sure, for folks that are looking for a short-term stay, 3 or 4 months, there are, you know, there's Ghana for sure, and there's countries in Africa outside of Ghana that are, you know, that are developed enough for you to be able to do your work, to have a great time, to have access to all of the things that you think you might not be able to access. You know, like when I was coming There were questions about reliable Wi-Fi. Like, that's not an issue. I've had, you know, coworkers have more unreliable Wi-Fi
than you
back home than me, right? But just be open-minded and be, you know, willing to absorb and the beauty, and to enjoy the beauty of a different place and different people.
Kamisha, I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to just say an open prayer for you right here on camera, and I pray that you find some peace here. I pray that you find some new inspiration, and whether it be Ghana or another African country, I pray that in your business and in your trajectory and your push, that we have you as a soldier and a warrior for literacy on our side here in the African continent, because I believe that people like you, the work that you do, the passion that you exhibit in the work that you do is very necessary in developing the African continent. And in that, we believe that the development of the African continent really requires the help from the diaspora to help us move beyond aid. So I really thank you for taking the time to come today. I don't even know you that well, but I'm really proud of you. And I hope that any of our viewers, people here in Ghana or other African countries who are interested in creating literacy programs and reading to learn, you can reach out to us, and we'll make sure to put you in touch with Kamisha in her program, The Reading Partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll see you next time on Diaspora Link. Thank you again.
You're doing great things around the world.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Diaspora Link with me, your host, Diallo Sumbri, exclusively here on GhanaWeb TV. Make sure you click subscribe to follow up for the next episodes. We'll leave you today, as we do with all of our episodes, with some proverbial wisdom. Today's proverb is, if you want to know the end, look to the beginning. Thank you again. We'll see you next week.
Hi, my name is Kojo Oponkroma, Minister responsible for information. You are ultimately responsible for the information you consume. And to ensure that you consume the right kind of information, here are 3 quick tips to follow whenever you come across information online. Number 1, check the source. Look it up. Is this a well-known, well-respected website that is publishing this information? Or does this come across as one of those websites quickly set up by somebody to publish something just to make you believe it? Number 2, read the whole article, not just the headline. Many people just screen grab a headline and share it across. But often when you read the story and read the quotations, you may find out that the headline is misleading. Number 3, check the date. Some persons have a penchant for picking very old stories and sharing them across as though they were new developments. Posting old stories as though they were new developments does not take away the fact that it may not necessarily be true today. You are responsible for the information that you consume. If you are not sure of the authenticity of a story, do not share the post. If you spot false news online, report it to Facebook. Join the fight against false news online. Thank you.
It's another exciting edition of Talkatainment. As usual, I am your host, Elsie. Our guest for today is a diplomat. She loves everything Ghanaian, everything music, everything culture, everything arts. Yes, don't forget, her job here in Ghana is also to promote French culture among citizens. And that is exactly what we're about to find out, as well as more and more and more in the world of entertainment. I'll introduce my guest to you shortly after this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that quick break. Like I said earlier, we have here a diplomat who I usually describe her as someone for the people. She's liberal, she's down to earth. That's how I describe her. So, Her Excellency Anne Sophie is here with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for having us at your beautiful residence.
Thank you. Welcome. Akwana.
Oh! And what else do you know in Ghanaian language aside Akwana?
Mania J, Semewo, GhanaWeb.
Okay, that's a nice try. That's a nice.
For having me.
That's Chi.
That's true.
Aside Chi, which other language?
Oh, I'm already struggling with tree. But sometimes I try, because, you know, I've come to realize that you come to Ghana, so people tell you, you know, one of the main languages is tree, so you try and learn tree. And then you go to Jamestown. It's not very far from here, right? And then people speak Ga.
Yeah.
So you go to Ho, or the Volta region,
yeah.
and people speak Ewe. And then you go up in the north, and people speak Hausa.
Yeah, Dagbani,
and you go, really? How can they actually communicate?
So many languages.
So many languages. It's so I'm trying to learn a bit of Twi. But yeah, it would take me probably another 20 years posting to manage to just sort of butcher other Ghanaian languages.
Let's come to music. What were some of the sounds or Ghanaian music you heard even before coming here to Ghana?
Let me be very honest. France has very, very close links to Francophone Africa. Yeah. So the musicians that we know in France usually are from Francophone Africa. So we know this kind of music, which is exotic and some rhythms, reggae and this kind of stuff. But the language is French. So it's easy for us to relate. And Ghanaian music is very diverse. I mean, it's not just high life, it's hip hop, high life, dance hall, reggae. You guys can do absolutely everything. Afrobeat. And it's probably because of historical links. The bridge goes to the UK and the US, but really passes above France. So and when I arrived here, I discovered this music, and I thought it was American. I thought it was American artists, because the quality of the music, the quality of arrangement, the quality of the sounds was so professional. When you don't really pay attention to the language that is spoken, I thought it was American. And even when you listen to American rappers, they've got their own language, so eventually you're not even sure it's English. I thought it was American music. So then I got to adapt and meet with some artists, and I was like, but you are actually Ghanaian. I mean, what you produce, you mean you didn't record in America? It's actually Ghanaian. Yeah. And I got to I did my homework going through the several amazing artists that you have in Ghana, and I'm just blown away by the quality of what they do. And the UK, US have spotted them immediately. Some quite a few artists are doing collabs in the UK, US, and then they're shutting down some huge
arenas.
In the arenas. It's just very impressive. So I thought, hey, this quality of music, this professionalism, this creativity, and the youth sometimes of those artists, that tells some things about Ghana. And this somehow is a brand ambassador for Ghana. And I've got to work on that, to put Ghana on the map for France, and also use some French artists to be more known in Ghana, because you don't know many French artists, do you? And sometimes the one you will quote are actually Belgian, which is great. We like to call them French, but they're Belgian, and they sing in French. But so it's reciprocal. You don't know really French music that well. Some of it sometimes, or some songs, or some artists you don't really know, like David Guetta. No, not many people know he's actually completely French.
Yeah.
They think so. You see, when you reach a certain level of quality, you are labeled American.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you are completely French or completely Ghanaian. So I think it's important to use that this quality production of music, songs, sounds, the professionalism, to show and say something about Ghana and share, because that is something that speaks to people's hearts. So back to the language you speak fluently, the hearts of people's language. Then music is certainly one language that we can speak to each other.
Exactly. So, like, what artists would you look at if there's an opportunity to kind of like have a collaboration with French artists?
Oh, we've done that already. Oh, we have. We have brought 6 artists of Ghana to France to do collabs with French artists.
Who are those?
So I think it began with Kwabna Kwabna.
Okay.
Who's done like 3 or 4 songs
already.
Oh
wow.
Then Gasmila, Fameye, Becca.
Wow.
Stoneboy.
Okay.
And Sarkodie.
Okay.
So it could have been many others, and actually Aqua Boa just did one with the same French artist as well, no later than yesterday. But those 6 had done that during the summer last year. And so to present what they had done, we had a concert, Paris and Accra in December here, and we'll have a return leg for some of them in Paris in April.
Oh, wow.
So yes, of course.
That's great.
And I hope that they will seize the opportunity when they are in France, and when they went to France to record with Passy and Orti, they also met with other French artists, and they took the opportunity to show what they were doing on French radio, and to catch attention of French artists who will want to do collabs. So more French artists do more collaborations with more Ghanaian artists. But for some bizarre reasons, in the past year, many French artists have gone to France. Ghanaian artists have come to France to visit and make connections. And I know King Promise is going to perform in Paris on the 30th of April. And there's now the Ghana Music Awards that happened in Toulouse. So that is putting Ghanaian artists in France. So I just sort of opened the way a bit, and then they're very professional. They know that the moment you just open the door like this, they will just
take advantage.
Take advantage and make lots of connections. And French artists certainly have interest in Ghanaian artists. I tried to contact Metro Gibbs, who's not really French actually, but he sings in French. We like to think of him as French, but he's Congolese. We contacted him to offer him to do collabs, and he said, but I really want to come and perform in Ghana. And we have this amazing Ghanaian-born artist called Cephas, who was adopted by French parents at the age of 8, who has done his life in France. He's now 20-something, and he is a star in France, sings in French, and he even was a finalist to represent France at the Eurovision Song Contest. So I know that very shortly he will come back to Ghana, back to the roots. He has not been back to Ghana ever since he was adopted. He's from Navrongo. So you see, we're certainly opening like a big channel between France and Ghana in the area of music, because that's a language we both love, understand, and I'm sure there's a lot to be done in that respect. Plus, if our French artists sing in French, that brings a bit of the French language here.
Yeah. So, with that being said, what's the difference, like the main difference between the Ghanaian music industry and the French music industry?
Well, it's very different in terms of sound, of course. We also have rappers, but the rap is different. French rap is different. We don't have so much high life and the rhythms We have much more variety and radio commercial kind of things, but we've also got quite a diverse production. But in terms of industry, if we go beyond the actual production, this is an industry that is very strongly supported by the French government, not being funded by the government, but there is a legal frame that really helps the French artists to thrive. Every little community, we don't really have villages, but small town, has a community center where people can learn how to sing, practice music. We have music academies everywhere. So if you have just a bit of a hint of a talent, you get a chance to practice and see where it goes. Then you have access to studios to record your first record. Then you have some contests. Then you have many opportunities to try and show what you can do. And then if you really are good and someone notices you, then you can record a record. We are protecting French music in a way that radios and TVs have a compulsory percentage of French productions, of Francophone productions to display. So you can display as much music in your program on the radio as much as you want, provided you have 30% of Francophone music. That is to help the French music and the Francophone music to have a platform, but also to ensure that this traditional kind of language singing in French is not getting lost under the huge wave of American music that is of course easier, more international. With
what you have said, I think it means French in terms of advantages, they have got a lot of advantages as compared to the Ghanaian entertainment industry.
Yeah, but it didn't work. It didn't come overnight. You see, they had some artist unions who have advocated for that. Then we also have a very strong royalty institution that collects the money from everyone who displays music and pays the artists. And this is called SSM. It's the equivalent of GAMRO, but it's hugely efficient.
Speaking of GAMRO, what's your view on all that has happened so far? I'm sure you might have heard artists.
Yeah, people are. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
You see, I haven't dug into this thing. I can only observe that if you take someone like Chatawale or all those artists, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, and even those who have one huge hit, like Kelvin Boy with Down Flat, or I know I'm not listing them all, so I will have to apologize.
You've heard Down Flat. Oh.
Of course, I'm trying to.
She's modern.
I'm trying to learn the choreography.
Yeah. We'll do that. Don't worry.
No, we won't. I haven't rehearsed yet. So such a big hit. You see, if you register that song at the SSM and it is displayed in Europe, he will just have to sit there and wait for royalties to fall.
Yeah.
When you see the number of views on YouTube, the number of downloads on all the platforms, streams and everything, all of them should be billionaires.
Yeah.
So I'm not criticizing anything. I'm just wondering, how come are they not billionaires through just royalties, not concerts, not selling, just royalties, considering the magnitude of what they are doing, of the success that they are putting out there. So there surely is something that could be adjusted and bettered and probably strengthened so that they actually can live from their art. And the way the French system works, of course, some singers with only one hit in their entire career still live on the royalties, and their children live on the royalties. So it's true that it's cash machine for people who do real big hits or whose albums are golden records, or true. But even for small artists, if they produce one music, if they are composers for one big artist, every time it is displayed, every time it is replayed, every time it is adapted, there's something back for them. So it enables a lot of people to live, and not only the big arts whose face you have on the billboards, but also all the musicians behind, the composers, the people who do the arrangements, the people who write the lyrics, if they are not the same. So in France, this industry is helping many, many people to live, because you can only be an author and just write lyrics and still live on this.
Yeah, let's take a quick break here. I know this is getting more interesting, but when we come back, we have more for you. You are watching Talkatainment here on GhanaWeb TV.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, you're watching Talkatainment on GhanaWeb TV, and I'm here with the very beautiful Her Excellency Annie Sophie.
Yeah, people, aka Akosia.
But who gave you Akosia?
Some, you know, in Ghana, one of the first things people ask you is what day were you born.
Yeah.
So I said Sunday. So people say, okay, so you're Akosia.
Oh, okay.
So if I was Fanti, it would be Essie.
You know all that.
3 years and a half.
Oh
I've done a bit of my homework.
And when if you're an Elway, what would it be?
I don't know really. Tell me. Is there a name's day as well for the airways?
I think it's the same, but we say Akosia.
Akosia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say Akosia, but the airways say Akosia.
I don't really hear the difference.
Yeah.
Akosia. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Akosia.
Yeah. So Akosia. So what are your experiences so far? What memorable Ghanaian culture gestures have you received so far during your stay here?
Well, I wanted from the very beginning when I arrived to go to as many places as possible to have a broader vision of Ghana. So I went to the Volta region where there is a village called Fume. Fume, near Vane.
Vane.
You probably know that in this area there's a large family whose name is Ave, which is also my last name. So I was quite curious to go and see and meet these people who have the same name as mine and see if we could have any connections. And we're still digging to try and find if we do, but it was quite interesting because I've always wondered where my name came from, right? Ave means the bird in Spanish, but I'm not sure it comes from there. It means hi, hello, Ave Maria.
Yeah.
And then now I also know that means forest in Ewe.
Yeah.
So I can have a multi...
Ave?
Ave. Could be a multi origin, I don't know. So when I went to the Volta region, in this village, it was Easter ceremonies. And I had this very, very emotional moment when they played the French national anthem on the middle of the mountains. And that was so emotional. You don't expect that. Can you imagine? You're in a foreign country, in the surroundings that you completely discover, that is completely new to you, and people in your honor play the Ghanaian anthem. That is wow.
You feel a sense of welcoming.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely, it's just undescribable. And that was my very first amazing encounter with Ghanaian culture. So they had a display of dances, traditional dances, and so I thought, wow. And I realized that all the dances meant something. It was actually telling a story.
So moving away from that, I see a touch of Ghana in most of your article of clothing, most of it. How do you select these outfits?
Oh, well, do you know, that tells a lot about the French fashion. People tend to think that the French elegance that we like to display is about French designers. But truth is that the way we French like to dress is a pick and mix of many international designers. So if you go to France, to the Champs-Élysées, to the Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré, to those streets where you have many, many shops of luxury fashion, but also if you go to shops that have more medium accessible fashion, the ones I go to be honest.
Are you sure those are the ones you go to?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can't afford the
Louis
luxury.
Vuitton.
No, I can't. Absolutely, no. And honestly, I'm just checking. No, I can't.
Oh, but that's where Ghanaian celebrities shop.
Yeah,
most of them.
When they can afford it, why not? I mean, and I'm glad because it's French. So thank God some people can actually buy from them. But I can't afford it. So, but I love it. I think I once treated myself with a handbag that I had saved money for years before I could actually buy it.
From which store? Which of the stores?
From Louis Vuitton. So I'm very happy I've got one handbag or maybe two out of them. But you see, on a daily basis, you can dress in Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And so the French elegance and the French way of dressing is about picking and mixing things from different designers and trying to create a look that will suit you, considering your shape and that at my age I can't wear everything. There are stuff that, you know, too short dresses really not anymore. So of course, looking at the Ghanaian fashion, there are things that make me look good and that I feel comfortable in. So this is very French to picking and mixing, including African pattern, African design.
But do you have suppliers for your Ghanaian wear, or you buy them yourself when you go out?
Oh, I go out myself. I like to choose myself, you know. So, you know, I have to try things on. So either I have tailors who come here and they take measurements, or but they are always Ghanaian, or some shops like, of course, the brands like J. Garte or Christy Brown. But I like to go to the shops so I can try things on, because they may look beautiful on a beautiful model, but then when they're on me, it's not so good. So, okay, I go for something else. So, yeah, I love choosing myself.
In terms of fashion, what do you think the French will accept from Ghanaian fashion designers?
Well, first of all, you must take your Ghanaian designers to France to show what you can do. It's not wrapping people in a wax. It's well-cut, well-designed dresses or outfits that the French would love. Every time I had French visitors here, they go back with some Ghanaian designers' outfit because they think it's something you can actually wear in France. It's not exotic. It is the shape of it is something you can actually wear. And you see, especially business women or women who are working, usually it's very tough to find something that is both classical and serious and yet a bit of original.
Yeah.
We don't want to dress like suits and tie, really, like men. So we want to have something that looks serious but still has something.
Casual.
Yes. So what I would immediately wear is a jacket like this, but the interior would be with an African print. Yeah. Or African design. So yeah, Sekbi, for instance, has put together a collection with the, what do you call that? I can't remember, it's from Mali. I forgot what the pattern is. It's a specific pattern, and it's absolutely beautiful. Bogolan, of course. But you know, the shape of the jacket is just very European, very Western. But then in the inside, there's this little pattern or a detail that really makes a difference.
Finally, do you think we are promoting our African made in Ghana goods well enough?
Not enough. I think you're shy. I think you're a bit shy, and I think the first step is to be conscious that what you do, be it in music, in fashion, in arts, in paintings, in photography, it is worth being displayed in Europe. So that's the first step. Say, oh, is what I'm doing that good and good enough to be displayed in Europe? The answer is yes. The second thing is, how do I do it? And I think the only way is to join forces. What you do here, like Taste of Ghana in December, you must transport that in France, in Europe. But you also have to blend with, with other music. So I don't like the idea of like a ghetto where you put all that Ghana displays and then people come and just see like they're going to see what Ghana does. It's important to promote, use brand ambassadors. So have musical collaborations with people and people say, wow, and so they are Ghanaians and you didn't know. Like you didn't know that David Guetta was French. Having designers who will be on the runway of the Paris fashion show. And people say, wow, who's that young designer? Who are those beautiful things? Well, they're Ghanaian. So you see, just in every different areas where you have added value and amazing talents, you should just join forces, go several designers, several musicians, several painters, several photographers, and join forces to bear the cost of that promotion out there. But then I think it is worth it.
Okay, so we are going to, we put some questions here.
Oh dear.
These are fun questions. You're going to pick from it. And then...
And do I have a joker? Do I have a joker where I can say, oh, I don't want to reply to that one? Ghanaian festival. Oh, I think basically December is just one big festival. You've got Afrochella, you've got Rapperholic, you've got the one in the Shire Hills.
Yeah.
You've got there was
Winterland or Wonderland.
Yeah, Wonderland.
Wonderland.
You've got so many festivals, and I think I would say December.
Yeah.
I think you should call December one big festival, one big party in Ghana.
Yeah.
I think.
But were you at any of them?
Of course. I came back from France on the 25th.
Yeah.
And I dashed from the airport to be at Rapperholic.
Wow.
So, of course, I couldn't miss that. Then I was in Afrochella. I was in Taste of Ghana. I didn't do Wonderland. I could have done, but it was in Shire Hills.
Yeah.
And I was in Wonderland, yeah. So, no, I missed the BIM concert. But next year I make sure I won't. So next year I will have like a full schedule, and my December will be back-to-back chilling. Yeah, back-to-back all the concerts, and make sure that I can see all my wonderful artists on stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Please.
It was like this, and then.
I called my son. I was connected to the, the newsroom. They took my number, and within a space of less than an hour or so, I saw myself on tele being interviewed. So we agreed in about 3 days, take me to